can't. Oh my God! I'll pop one. My wife's gonna kill me, guys. This is the biggest card I ever pulled in my life. Oh my God! One of one, Giannis. Holy
Auctions right now in the comments. Who wants to fire Jordan Poole? All right, well,
half now.
hell yeah. Episode 1. We start like this. You take the same drink just as before.
I got you. I mean, I should tell them this is water in here, not.
Yeah, we know what it is.
So are we recording now? You want to start how we did last time? You go first. Introduce yourself. I'll introduce myself. Kind of card game for us, and we'll just kind of keep. And I still have the same list, but we kind of did this, but we had our own stuff in there as well.
Yeah, it kind of happened organically. So, yeah, I'll start off first. My name is Justin Barnhouse. I'm the older cousin of this collective. Been collecting since a kid, even though I don't have that collection still. One of the unfortunate things about collecting is when I was a kid, I had no idea what this stuff was worth. I was collecting for the passion, to play the game, to get a holographic Blastoise to beat the shit out of my friends in school, not to get it graded and sell it for money. So all that stuff got sold in yard sales as I was a kid. And then I had NBA cards, WCW, WWE, all kinds of different stuff. I've played Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! I had the dual disc going to Books A Million, going crazy, like battling people in the trenches at Southridge. Like, yeah, I've been in the card game in and out my whole life. So just this past year, we've been going crazy with it. And we're just kind of starting this to let you guys know our story, fill you guys in, let you know what we're doing in the hobby and what we're seeing, and give people advice and help them grow in the hobby, because we get asked so many questions all the time, and we have a group of about 1,200 people that really have grown with us through the hobby. So we want to tell our story, get our message out there.
So my name is Cody Morris. I am the younger cousin, but not the smaller cousin. Justin's he's a baby in post. But yeah, I mean, Justin mentioned the Books A Million. So our entire life we've been collecting. Really, we're first cousins, so we've been close since we were little. We go to Books A Million, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, playing Pokemon, on those Saturdays and Sundays. Hold on, my screen I can't see your face.
Yeah, no, I'm showing the shirt.
Oh, okay. You'll start over real quick.
No, you're good. Keep going. We're leaving that in there.
Anyways, we go to Books A Million Saturdays and Sundays, playing Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. And the passion for cards has been there. Yeah, we had the dual disc on there. And Brendan Fazio watches this. Brendan was in there.
Seth.
I cite Brendan all the time.
Seth had the XYZ Dragon shit rigged like a motherfucker. He had the XYZ and the Fusion all in the first 5. Oh, whoops. We good.
I'll win already. But yeah, so about a year and a half ago, last May or June, we kind of started this off. On our lunch break in Flatwoods, we would just go over to Walmart and just buy 4 or 5 packs a piece, 4 or 5 boxes, open them for fun before we really knew the market was about to blow up. We had an idea because of the draft classes, but on our lunch breaks, we'd open 4 or 5. We'd leave everything there, basically, besides the few boxes we bought. Open them up just for the thrill, fun. We'd sometimes draft teams, and that was that. And then we really kind of saw the vision. Justin really had the vision as far as building this group or page and kind of networking and building a community and a culture for the card game. We're mainly basketball, but we do dabble in football, baseball, Pokemon, UFC. Those are the main ones. I mean, I do a little bit of baseball in there. but we're I'd say 85% NBA. My background's all NBA. But yeah, so we're kind of here to use this platform. We use Facebook a ton every day. We just don't utilize YouTube and Instagram and Twitter like we should. Um, I don't have a TikTok, so I can't utilize TikTok. But
Yeah, me
I know
neither.
there are some card guys in there that utilize TikTok. But we sat down and talked about it. We want to start utilizing different platforms to get the message across. Because I answer probably, no lie, at least 20 or 30 messages a day asking, what's a break? I don't know what, this terminology means. What do you mean when you say this? How does this work? Or, so you mean to tell me this card's worth X amount of dollars, and have to answer the same question 1,000 times? I don't care to do, but this is an easier way to just, answer it one time. Everyone gets the information. We can bounce ideas back and forth, and people can leave comments, on this YouTube video, Facebook, Instagram, whatever this goes. And we can answer those questions, on this platform. It'd be very easy. We can get in depth with the conversations, dive deep into it. Um, so that's what we're excited to do it. Excited to have you all here watching this. This is our first podcast, so the quality's not going to be great. My setup's not great, but the message is there and the content is there. So pay attention and have a good time.
100%. And not only to talk about our past and our story, but we want to get your guys' thoughts, especially the people in the group. And we want to reach people outside of our group to get them in the group and figure out what people think about the culture. Like, for example, the Donruss Clearly coming out, right? Like, if we can share my screen real quick, you might have to let me here. Or it might already be allowed. Am I good? Okay. So Donruss Clearly, right? This is coming out tomorrow. Like, we're recording this, what is today? Tuesday the 3rd, right? This is Tuesday the 3rd in the evening. Tomorrow, this comes out on Panini's app. Comes out at $3.30 a box. Blowout's got it at $3.75. You're not guaranteed an auto or anything. A lot of people are thinking, oh, under 500, that's crazy. $3.75, 3 parallels, and then 1 insert. So that means you could get... yeah, like, that means you could get, like, Luka Samanic, KZ Okpala, and Weatherspoon, and a, like, LeBron defying gravity that's worth, like, $200 as a PSA 10, $3.75 a box, or $3.30 a box if you're lucky enough to even get it at the price that Panini's auction has it on.
I'm gonna hop in here real quick.
Yeah.
So this clearly Donruss. So first off, Donruss is the lowest end of low end, basically. And this is October, or no, this is November now. So we're supposed to have 2021 products being, the draft's supposed to happen months ago, and the rookie's supposed to already be on their team. But Panini is being so greedy now, and they're milking this 1920 draft class: Zion, Ja, Kobe, Harrow. They're making this remaking product, but just changing the card stock. Oh, this is a clear card. It's a clear rated rookie. You need this. It's NBA hoops, hoops premium. Like, it's just a joke at this point. So people say, "Oh, under 500, that's awesome." That means you're brand new. You weren't here a year and a half ago. Donruss was $75. Cornerstones were $88. So don't get caught up in these current prices. That's why we're here to educate and inform, and to tell our L's and our wins along the way as well, to help learn from our mistakes. Is basically what the cliche saying. But
yeah, 100%. Our experience, we're here to give you guys our experiences in real life and let you know what we've went through, how we've made money, how we've lost money, what's been a good thing, what's been a bad thing. Donruss has been good to me, I can't lie. Like, a good example of a story of the culture and a staple story of our group. I have a stack right here. When these came out, I was very, very hype on this set. This one right here, I pulled. Now, when I got this box, these Donruss boxes were $120 a box, okay? That is a PSA 10 Ja Morant Net Marvels. This was the insert in the Donruss hobby box, exclusive. Not in the retail, only the hobby. These hobbies were $100 to $120 when I bought them, okay? Let me go ahead and share screen and show you how much one of those hobbies are right now at this current moment.
And he brought these to my house in January and was ripping these. Oh my goodness.
You see this hobby right here? $1,294.95. That's on Blowout. So that's an average. So maybe you're lucky and get one for $1,000. That's 10 times more than what I paid for it when I bought it. And all you're guaranteed is one auto and one mem. And the autos, I'm pretty sure, were all sticker autos. They were not that expensive. But these cards, to me, I just thought were cool. I thought fit the superhero narrative. You know, Avengers kind of dominates the box office. We're a very superhero based culture. And the Luca, I invested in a lot of these. I was buying these on eBay for the most expensive one I paid for was Zion. That was $20. I was getting LeBrons and Lucas for 10, 15 bucks raw when that set first came out because no one really cared about this set. But now I'm slowly closing in on the whole set of the 10s and net Marvels, and these things are anywhere from $200 to $900 a piece, depending on the player and the grade. And like this one exclusively is press proof, so it's a little bit different. Gold instead of the silver, if you'll notice, versus like a normal. This one has the gold font and it says press proof in the bottom corner versus this one that doesn't say anything above the barcode. So there's little differences like that. As you grow in the culture, you'll learn. The most important advice I can give anybody getting into this, if you're watching this and you aren't already in the group, you don't break, you're just trying to learn about the card game, do research, do education, watch YouTube videos, watch breaks, go on eBay, go to filter, go to sold, look at cards that you have, see what they've sold for. Do your research before you ever buy stuff. Don't buy and sell and think that you know what's going on because you could easily get ripped off and lose money out here by people who really know the value of your cards and you don't.
If you're new hopping in, one thing that I suggest, and I believe Justin does too, I'm going to speak for him, is don't come in this hobby and just spin without sitting back and watching, observing, taking notes, seeing what things really go for, see what the singles go for out of those sets. You know, the terminology is very important. And just, you know, the way it happens. If you come in blindly and just because you think, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money, now you can do that. You can get lucky, enter a break. You know, we've had guys enter for $30 and come up 3,000. But the odds of that happening is very, very slim. So you just come in blindly and breaks or buying singles, just, you know, paying whatever people's asking for them, you might get ripped off and lose a ton of money real quick with no really chance of breaking even or making money. And then that will give you a bad taste of the hobby and the culture, and you'll just never want to get into it because you were done wrong by one or two guys, which happens quite often. Where there's money to be made, guys are going to go in there and prey on the uneducated and the uninformed to take their money. I got scammed my first month in the hobby for $250. But for me, I'm very frugal, so $250 to me is just, and the principle behind it, really, I'm still mad actually. But I want to rewind back real fast to last June when we got into this. We saw the uphill climb, kind of, so to speak, and the draft class, the 17-18, Tatum, I'm going to forget a few guys, Tatum, Mitchell, Fox, Markkanen, Bam, Markelle Fultz, you know, I'll mention him. Before the Monstars took his powers, he was pretty good in Washington, but, you know, now he's picking a free throw. But that's one, you know, key essential to the card game is great draft classes. And we knew that. So we were like, well, the card game was still kind of dead, but we got in early and we kind of built this platform early. And then 18-19, you have, Trey and Luca, obviously the two top names. There's plenty of other good guys in that group. Jaren Jackson, Bagley, I'm missing quite a few. But Trey and Luca are, you know, two big-time guys. Luca's, you know, top 5 player in the league right now. Trey just averaged 30 points and 10 assists second year in the league. Never been done before. So those two guys, I think, are going to be elite for several years, barring injuries. But yeah, we got in this game, and it was doing well from when we got into it to about December. Here he goes, showing all these folds. He's got about $30 right there, if you're wondering. But the game was doing really well. Then Prism hit, and if Justin wants to get back on his sharing the screen, we can show you Prism.
Oh yeah.
December, this really took the card game to a whole new stratosphere. So I'll tell you a personal story. It was December before I went on a cruise. The night before I went on a cruise. This is the 1819.
You want the 1920?
So we were buying these 1819s for like $25 on the aftermarket and breaking them on the group. Now they're $500 a piece or $450 a piece.
This was the first thing we ever ordered outside of retail. We ordered a case of these from Blowout. We were getting them for like $25, $30 a blaster, selling them for like $40, $45 a blaster, and now look at them, $400 plus in the profit margin if we would have held them instead of breaking them back then.
We were getting those. We were getting a case for that price. For less than that probably, but 1920. So I'm at Walmart still before the card games really took off, and they had 2 complete trays of 1920 Prism. I'm talking hangers, cellos, megas, blasters, the entire shebang. And I bought 2 trays, about $1,300 of retail, like true Walmart cost. And I went home. It's at 9 o'clock at night. I went to Walmart to get some last second travel kit essentials. I get home, and I'm like, I called Justin and say, hey, I got all this Prism. I'm going to open a bunch of it for myself. I'll go live on the group, see what happens. So I go live around, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. Keep in mind, I have to get up at 5 a.m. to leave to Florida for a 10-day cruise. So as we're sitting there at 11 o'clock, I start open for myself. First hour, everyone starts buying stuff. So we just start going. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm still live ripping it. I ripped the entire $1,300 of Prism retail that night. And Prism is king. If you don't know, Prism is the king of the sports card market. In my opinion, Select's very undervalued and will overtake Prism one day, or at least get a little closer. It's about right here now. I think it can get a little closer, but there's no debate. Prism's king. So to get to the point, we ripped all that stuff that night. About $1,300 of costs for me. Didn't make much money at all. The blaster boxes I got were $20 in store, as you can see on the screen. They're $250 a box. The hangers were $15 in the store. As you can see, they're $265 a box.
More than the blaster.
The cellos were $10 in store, and they're like $120 a box, I think, $120 a pack. Yeah, they're $120. I saw them the other day.
Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, $129, $130.
$130.
Yeah. And these right here, I ripped one of these retail boxes on our group, and I got it for like $110 shipped, I believe, and $900 now. All you get is one auto in that and a couple parallels. Like, it's basically a glorified mega box. $900. I mean, even the mega boxes that you could have got at Walmart, where are they at? Is there even any megas on here?
There were the other day when I checked.
Yeah, either way, it's just insane. Like, the markup is crazy. So even if you're not somebody that wants to open boxes and take gambles, if you just hold sealed wax, you might make money. Just long term, keeping it sealed and holding it. Like some of these things that we were breaking, like Select, even like he was talking about Select. You look at these Select prices versus when we got them. These boxes are $2,000 a piece now on here. Like, what was the lowest we got them for?
$450.
$450. That's like 4x in value, and nothing changed. It's not like John missed the dunk on Kevin Love. Zion played 19 games and the prices rise like this. You know what I mean? It's like it's you can never imagine the growth in the hobby or predict it.
So 2 things, and we're talking about the growth of the hobby. In December, it really started going up because of Prism. But then this whole thing called the coronavirus happened, COVID-19, and that has played an essential part in the market just exploding and reaching new stratospheres that were never imagined. Guys who never even watched sports, never even collected cards, thought cards were for kids, are spending thousands of dollars, and in some cases millions of dollars in the card game. I mean, not to take away from Gary Vee and those influencers, they've played a huge part in the market blowing up. But what COVID did, it did three things. People who are just gamblers, they couldn't go to the casino and gamble. So this is a form, you can gamble in here. They couldn't watch sports or bet on sports. So you can bet on sports through the card game, invest and gamble and collect. And then three, everyone's stuck at home. So I don't have kids, but I know guys who are fathers, and COVID, they got in their basement or attic or whatever, got their cards out, went through it. It was bonding time for the family. They sold a bunch of their old singles and then bought new stuff, or just realized, hey, I have a ton of money sitting here. So COVID, without a doubt, played tremendous role in the market blowing up. Got a bunch of guys, they got their eyes on it. And we have guys like, so NBA players, Serge Ibaka, CJ McCollum, LeBron, like these guys have spent millions, hundreds of thousands in it. And, it's just a crazy thing. COVID played a huge role in it. And it really jump started to a new extreme, but we'll see where it goes from here. In April, actually I'd say into May, early June, I thought it was the peak. I thought it was the peak just because the prices were crazy. And now we're like double that now. So, my opinion's worth whatever you want to call it, but it's not worth that much.
Yeah, it's insane. And not only are people getting into the sports side of it, but you had music artists like Steve Aoki, he's a millionaire. He's into sports and he's a little bit into Pokemon. You got people like Logan Paul going with Leonhardt, who's like one of the king Pokemon collectors. He's got, first edition Shadowless PSA Charizard. So like if anybody knows anything about Pokemon, that's the most expensive Pokemon card there is. When we first made this group in June 2019, I started researching not only sports but Pokemon just to see the landscape, what kind of value was out there, what are the jackpots of the culture. If I were to get a first edition Shadowless PSA Charizard, the most rare, expensive Pokemon card at the time, it was $40,000 for a PSA 10 when we started this group. Now, after Leonhardt and Logan Paul made this video about him and the prices have been raised and everything and all this hype is around it, you're talking over $200,000 for the same card. Same card from when we started a year ago is worth over $200,000 now. That's more than double. I mean, that's an insane profit margin. Gary, if you watch Gary Vee, he talked about Giannis Antetokounmpo the year that the Warriors were still together before Clay and KD got injured and got taken out. Gary Vee is on record saying, I'm buying these Giannis rookies at $300 at PSA 10, okay? Giannis rookies are really rare. It's a lot shorter print than Luka or Zion or anybody will ever be because the print runs were a lot shorter because the culture was not hot like it is now. So Giannis rookies are really rare. $300 a piece, he was saying on record, if Giannis is the one to dethrone the Warriors, if the Bucks win the East and win the finals and beat the Warriors, these cards could go from $300 to $800. Not only did Giannis not win the finals, got wiped in the playoffs, didn't even make it to the finals, and those same rookie cards went to $1,100 a piece in the time frame that Gary Vee thought they'd get to $800 just by winning and dethroning the Warriors. That's how much the culture has grown as a whole, to where those $300 cards now, even though they were $1,100 then, are probably $1,500 now. Everything for the greats, for the vets, for the Hall of Famers, LeBron, Giannis, the people that not only have hype now but are also established are going up. And the rest of the market is based on hype. And that's where we want to come in and kind of educate you guys on, like, this is like a stock market and you can play it a lot of different ways. You can daily trade. People like Bobo, Bobo got drafted with an injury, didn't play a single game, didn't do a single thing. Got hype off a viral Twitter video of him playing in highlights, passing Joker. Joker fakes a shot in the post, give it back to Bobo for the three. Bobo hits a three, and all of a sudden, his rookie PSA 10 Prisms go from $40 a piece to $200 a piece. And then from that, he plays his first game, gets 3 blocks, hits a couple threes, does a crossover at his size, and people think, oh my God, he's the next fucking AI at 7 foot. Like, and now his shit is $600 a piece for his Silver Prism PSA 10. Like, the market moves off hype. Bull Bowl silver prisms surpass the price of Hall of Fame legends that that have records, finals records. Like, hype is a huge part of this sport, and we wanna put that forth and let you guys know, like, not only to educate you to make money, but to educate you not to lose money. Don't buy into these people at these crazy price points for no reason when they haven't really accomplished anything. Like, it's really crazy.
Like two things is, the ideal thing, anything in life is buy low, sell high. That's the goal. And no matter what you do, whatever you're doing, buy low, sell high. So a few examples of mine, like Justin said, the stock market. It's a stock market based on player performance and hype. That's truly what it is. If you want to look at it and, just simplify it, player performance and hype, they either go up or they go down, or they, fluctuate a little bit, but that's what it is. So Kobe White, I'm a Carolina fan. I think you see my little Carolina Avenue thing, Tar Heel Avenue. So I'm a Carolina fan. So I like Kobe White because, he played UNC for 1 year. So to start the NBA season off, he was struggling. He's a, erratic scorer, volume shooter. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have great games, kind of like Russell Westbrook. So he came out of the gate just struggling, just not playing well, couldn't hit shots, turning the ball over, getting lost on defense. So I was buying his base Prism rookies for as low as 75 cents. Okay. I bought a lot of 50 for $45. I think I had like 75 or 80, whatever, but I bought a lot of 50 for $45 shipped. Now I wrote it down. So I bought his base for 75 cents to $1. Now raw are $20. So if I just sold them all raw, I made a ton of money. But a PSA 10 today is 160. And that's today. And the reason they went up is because it was, I think, December, maybe January. He broke some rookie records. He has the most 3-pointers in a game for a rookie, most 30-point games as a rookie off the bench, consecutive games, and like most 3-pointers in like a 4-game span or something crazy. So like a 10-day span, he just went nuts. He was making everything, playing great, having some highlight reels. His prices just blew up from 75 cents to $1 for a base prism to like 10 to $20, which is a lot of money. If you have, if you only have one of them, cool, you made $10. If you have 50 to 100 of them, you made some money. But grading is one thing that now the grading demand's super high. But even when we first got into it, we weren't super educated on grading. If we were, we would have made a lot more money than we have. But the other stories I have about this, Zion's first game. So Zion's hype was already the top notch before even playing a game. Way, way high. His first ever game in the NBA, he missed like the first however many games. Came in, made like 4 for 4 from 3. He's not even a shooter, just looking like a man amongst boys, and he's like 19 years old. His prices were already high, and I thought they can't get any higher. Like, this guy hasn't even played a game yet. Sure enough, comes out, goes crazy first game. His prices like at least go up by 35% overnight. But yeah, that's one example. Another example, my last one I'll talk about is Tyler Hero. Now, this is whatever I want to tell you. Don't get tied down, too emotionally to these guys. I love Kobe White, Carolina fan. But next year when Kobe White has a crazy good week, I'm selling some Kobe White. I'm going to keep, my favorite ones. And most of them, I'm going to sell at least 20, 30% of my collection while they're spiked high because you'd be stupid not to. But with Tyler Hero, he dropped 37 in the playoffs. And I love Hero, too. I'm a big Hero fan. I watched him in high school, watched him all the Kentucky games. I'm a big Hero fan. However, in that 48-hour span, I sold every Hero card I had in-house. Now, I have plenty at Beckett coming back in PSA, so I knew I had most of my big cards coming back. But cards that were like $10 were now $60. This doesn't make any sense. It's not going to sustain, so you buy low and sell high. So I sold a ton of cards in a 48-hour span, and Justin sold some himself. I let him sell his, but you got to buy low, sell high, take advantage of the sudden spikes and the hype, and use your knowledge and know that it can't sustain, and make your money while you can.
And vice versa. when these players that you know have good potential, like Trey Young, for example, is somebody during the offseason I've been investing in. One, I think he has a lot of potential to be a really good Hall of Fame player in the future, mostly because Cody put me onto him in the beginning and I've been watching him, and okay, he is actually nice. Two, PSA and Beckett have, if you're new to the hobby, they have what's called a population report. So this card right here, this is a glass Trey Young second year. So if you buy an absolute 18-19 box, glass cards are a case hit. They're a redemption, okay? This is a perfectly graded PSA 10 Trey Young second year absolute card. This is a pop 1. I bought this a month ago. This is the only 10 of this card. Now, right now, I got this for less than $150. I got it for like $125, $130 ship, something like that. I believe this card surpasses $500 in the future. Not only because of low popularity, but because of Trey Young's accomplishments that I feel like he's going to get. So, when you play the game, you can play it so many different ways. As I'm playing that card long term, I have other Trey Young PSA 10 rookies that I'll sell right now. When he goes off for 40 or 50 in a game randomly in the regular season, just destroys the Celtics for some reason, no problem. I'll sell my rookies off if his prices spike. You can play the game long term, you can play it short term, and you can take the same player, send 20 of their cards to get it graded. Your 9s and lower, you can move whenever he gets hot. Your 10s and your long term stuff that you feel like is going to grow, low population stuff you want to hold on to, keep that stuff. It makes it more exciting, and it makes the whole regular season more exciting to have these cards of these players and have a diverse portfolio that you can draw from and sell from at any time and all that. And for you people that don't know about our group, like, we have a lot of things that we offer in the group. Not only card breaks from hobby boxes, retail stuff, we have our own repacks, anywhere from $300 repacks that you're guaranteed a slab. We've gave away 9.5 Zion Fanatic Waves, John Morant's, LeBron's. It's crazy gold repacks, $50 red repacks that are guaranteed autos and numbered cards. We have a lot of stuff going on the page. Right now we run predominantly on Facebook, but we have a lot of avenues that we're currently building along with this digital content platform, our Instagram, our YouTube, everything like that. So definitely stay on the look for that, because this is something that we're trying to build and trying to grow.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier we haven't utilized the digital platform as much as we should, but we're going to start. So we've talked about it. We're going to start doing that. So be on the lookout for that stuff. A few good things about our Facebook group. So Facebook's probably, I don't want to say it, for sure, but it's very user friendly, and it's just so many avenues you can do with a card game. Like, there's a ton of groups I'm in, buy, sell, trade, break, whatever you want to do. Get information, PSA, Sports Card Investor, they have a good group. There's no buying, selling, or trading. It's just knowledge and conversation, which is really cool as well. But our group, so we built a very reputable group in the hobby, names for ourselves and our platform, Stepback Sports. So one reason that's very crucial is, one thing we've done is, so I had a professor in college. I went to his house in January and went through all his old cards, found a Jordan rookie, got it graded for him, got a PSA 9, huge card. And, it's hard to say. You got to find a buyer who has deep pockets. And if it's an online transaction, you have to have trust on both ends. Our group provided the validity and for me as a seller to this guy. This guy joined the group, saw what we did, and immediately trusted us. He wired a ton of money to this guy's bank account, and the card was still in my hand. He has it now. He received it last night. But yeah, I'll just say it. $16,000. $16,000 wired to this guy's account for a Jordan rookie that I had still right here, probably on this couch before I shipped it.
You can see it in the intro to this video, not only in the picture of Cody at the card show, but there's a slow-mo of it panning down. PSA 9 Jordan that we went to this professor's house. He asked us, look, come evaluate my collection. Like, I have a lot of cards. I was really into baseball and football. I have a little bit of basketball. Come tell me what I got. So we go there really looking for football and baseball, but when he shows us his one binder of basketball, he tells us, "Hey, I got this little Fleer 86 set as a gift. I never really liked basketball, so I put it in a binder and never touched it. This has been sitting under his stairs for 20, 30 years. This Jordan on the front page, clean as can be. I mean, he literally, as a kid, put it in here and shut it and never played with it because he cared about football and baseball. But meanwhile, he kept it in such good condition. When we got it graded, we got a 9, and that's how we were able to sell it for so much. Like, incredible story, something beautiful to be a part of. This guy took a piece of cardboard with ink in his basement under his stairs and turned it into $15,000 profit. You know what I mean? It's just this culture really has money in it that people don't understand, and like that's one reason we want to tell our story, is because we've seen things and experienced things that like don't seem real, but they really are.
Another example of that validity from the group is, so a guy joined the group, saw we did group subs, which means you send the cards get graded through Beckett or PSA. He never entered anything in the group, a break, nothing. Never even had a conversation with me. He saw our group, messaged me, "Hey, bro, I'm going to send you some cards for a Beckett order. Give me your address." Gave his address. We gave him the specifics, whatever the cost was going to be, turnaround time, etc. Sent me the cards. I opened the box, and I immediately called Justin. I was like, I FaceTimed you. I was like, "Man,
Yeah.
look at this stuff." This guy sent me more dollar figures in cards than I say 70% of people in the country make in a year's salary. This guy sent me a ton of money in cards without even telling me what he was sending me. So I had to tell him, "Hey, man, next time you send me that kind of stuff, like, let me know." Like, because I was expecting, the normal stuff, some really good cards, but like not not 50 plus cards that are worth a ton of money. So that's another thing that explains to you what we built for ourselves in this hobby. We've done over 10 group subs already in less than a year, since like February to now, like 8 months, 9 months. We've done over 10 subs. That's over a sub a month. So we just did 2 more in October. I'm doing a Beckett one this month. It's a constant cycle. We've got the pleasure of people sending us beautiful cards, high dollar cards, cleaning them and helping them come up. We've helped guys make a ton of money just from us doing group subs, and them trusting us and us helping them. It's just a beautiful thing what this group's done for us, individually. And me and Justin, we were already close before this whole card game. We're first cousins, but we probably talk every day. My wife, she says I should just date Justin, but because we talk about cards, but we're talking about how for us to make money for each other together, growing the group, etc. And it's just a crazy thing. You can it's a rabbit hole you can get into, but it's a lot of fun. We've loved it. So
Yeah, and not only are we talking about money, but we're talking about all the shenanigans and all the trolling all these people in the group do, like especially to Cody, because predominantly the way that it works now, the way I view it anyway, is Cody is the engine to this thing. Cody keeps everything moving. Cody keeps it running. I kind of am the body, like I'm the outside of the Lambo. Like I bring people over to it, but when I pop the hood, Cody's the one that keeps it going and makes it worthwhile. But I attract the people, and like when he brings people in and when he gets people going, like he's got people that are so consistent, that people that have been breaking with us and doing stuff with us for months, maybe even a year since we started. Some of them, some of the true OGs, like these people know us so well. They know our favorite players. They know players we don't like. They know how we react to good hits, bad hits, and not only on the group, but in real life shows. We've been doing shows now. We have another show coming up November 8th. We've met so many cool people through this hobby, and not only bought and sold, but traded and just bonded with these people that, are passionate about the sport the way we are, passionate about the culture. And another reason we want to do this is to cultivate those relationships, cultivate this group and our brand, and make our footprint in the culture bigger, because we really are enjoying everything that we're doing. And the bigger we get, the more response we get, the more we learn, the more people we meet. I mean, the better it gets. So we're really pushing for 2021. We're really going to do it big.
Speaking on the grading aspect, sometimes people send us cards and we send them off to get graded for them. However, they don't receive them back because sometimes they strategically send cards they know IPC. Like, means personally collect. So this, for example, Kobe White Select, my favorite set, Gold Disco out of 10. Super, super awesome card, rare card. A guy sitting that to get graded. I tried to buy it raw because Justin pulled it for him. He said, "No, bro, I'm gonna get it graded." Smart move. I can't blame him. And I can't knock the hustle. He knew I would buy it, so he got it graded, got a great grade, and I bought it from him. Another guy sends off Trey Young's all the time because he knows I want Trey Young. So, Nick, if you're watching this, we still have to finish that deal. But the grading aspect is a very awesome thing, and to kind of wrap some of this stuff up, there's endless ways you can play this card game, and there's really no right or wrong way to play it. You know, me and Justin differ heavily on certain things, but it's not like I'm right, he's wrong. I mean, it's usually how it is, but but like, it's just endless ways to do it. You can collect, you can gamble, you can invest, and we do all three very, very heavily together.
Trying to get a Reese's sponsorship, just showing this in case they ever want to sponsor us. White chocolate Reese's, we'll take them all day.
But like, you can do all three. You can invest in players, rookie cards, you get them graded, hold them, wait for them to blow up or have a great game, sell them, make a ton of money. You can gamble in breaks or lines or high risk investments like Zion and these other guys. But it's an awesome thing to do, and we're just getting started. Like, we're a year and a half in, but we have big plans coming into this year, beginning of next year. It's going to keep on growing, keep the ball rolling. We're here to help. Like, obviously we love the card game and card hobby, but we've met so many great guys through this group and just the hobby in general. Like, my Mello's somewhere, but I had a guy who knew I PC'd Mello, drove an hour and a half to meet me, 10 minutes from my house. I mean, yeah, I paid him. He sold me a Mello, but like, he gave me it's a one-of-one Mello, Topps Chrome Refractor, from 2004. Mello's second year in the league. It's a great card. I have to have in my collection. And he sold it to me for a great price because he just knew I wanted it, and he knew it was going to great hands. So he looked out for me. We look out for guys all the time in this group, and they look out for us as well. So we have a great relationship with these guys. And one thing I want to do, Justin has no idea I'm doing this. I just thought of this on the fly. We're going to draft our starting 5 basketball, 5-on-5 basketball of guys from the group. We can't draft ourselves. So we're going to draft a 5-on-5. Yeah, I'm the coach, you're the coach. We can't play. And we're drafting a starting 5 from guys in the group that we've met, and we're going to see who wins the draft. So a real 5-on-5 game, refs, all that good stuff. And I have my phone. We can look through some members because obviously we can't know everyone. We have 1,200 guys off the jump. And we're going to try to do guys who are active and do a lot of stuff. So,
are you saying we're going to make them fly out and play 5-on-5?
No. We're going to do a draft right now. Just me and you. We're just going to draft teams right now on this podcast. And theoretically, we'll just have our own I have a list, our own starting 5. We can draft our own starting 5.
Of group members?
Group members.
Starting 5 to what? To compete in a break and see who draws the most fire?
No. To play basketball, 5-on-5 pickup game.
How am I supposed to know if these guys are nice at basketball? Because they spend money on cards.
We don't know. All the trolling we do, and they do to me.
All right.
We'll do a snake draft. You go first. 1, me, you. And I have my phone up. I can throw out some names. I can throw out some names here.
So any group member?
Besides ourselves and guys who are active.
Guys who are active now or have ever been active?
I guess who ever been active, in the last year.
I'm thinking Seth Meadows first pick. He's a bucket in the post. He gets rebounds. He blocks. I'm definitely thinking Seth first pick. He's the team captain for sure. He's got the spirit and the heart. And he's got enough cigarettes to get everybody during the break at halftime.
I mean, my first pick, it has to be Mike Frank. I mean, the way he talks about him shooting threes, he said he would outshoot me any day of the week. So if he's even a quarter of the way, if he's just a quarter of the way as good as he says he is, he's got to be the next coming of Steph. So Mike Frank's a no-brainer for me. I mean, it's a three-point shooting league now. And apparently he's an absolute sniper. So
I'm taking Kyle Andrzejewski because I know that no one wants to see you lose more than him, and his daughter knows what checkerboards are, so I know he's got the IQ for the game. So yeah, that's definitely him and Seth. That's 2 doubles.
Kyle was on my list. He's on my list. That's a steal. That's a great value of a second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
My next pick, it has to be Mike Schoolcraft. I mean, Chemo, he's absolutely, he's like 6'5".
He's a bucket.
Yeah. He might be 50 years old, but he's an automatic bucket from 3. So he's a stretch 5, and I need him to stretch the floor out. We're a 3-point shooting team. We're here to shoot threes, run and gun. So,
well, I'm taking the gritty players. I'm taking Buckaloo next. He's in the trenches. He'll get in there and get dirty and get a bucket, play some defense. You know, he might not be the most finesse player, but he'll get in there and get what he needs to get done. So that's your pick. That's 4 for me, right?
No, you got Seth, Kyle, and Nick.
Okay,
and we can go through the group and get some names. My next pick, Brandon Hanson. More shooting. I'm going 3-point shooting. Brandon Hanson at my 2 guard. He might not respond to my coaching very well because he never likes to agree with anything I say, but when he's out there, I know he can hit an open 3, and he can play some gritty defense. So I got to go Brandon Hanson.
All right, well, then I'm definitely taking Nick Wheelwright next because he's got that crafty veteran game. He's got that Sean Kemp dunk package, and I know he's coming to win. So I'm definitely taking Wheelwright next. And that leaves me with 1 more spot. It's going to be tough in the 5th. Ooh.
Hey, we can go through some names. My next pick has to be Dylan Brown.
Wow, that's disrespectful to Nolan, but okay.
Dylan Brown he's not much of a 3 guy, but every team needs that gritty player. A guy who's just going to strap up on defense, get the rebounds, play hard, dive on the floor. Now, I know Dylan Brown can play defense. I mean, he can't guard me, but, you know, there's not many out there that can. So, but, yeah, I got Dylan Brown as my starting 4, man.
You can have him. I'm taking Nolan for my 5th. I mean, Nolan's the closer. Nolan's ice in his veins. I mean, he's responsible for more heat on the group than anybody. So I'm definitely taking Nolan as the closer. He's really the starting lead.
I got 1 more pick, man. This is a tough one to do. Also, this is all theoretical. This is just for fun. We have no idea if anyone's good. Because a few guys we know
We're setting this
local.
up. You guys are going to play, so everybody who gets drafted, hit us up in the PM for flight tickets.
Oh man, here's my last pick. Oh no, this is easy. How do I know? Riley Archer. Riley's on there.
Oh yeah.
Riley told me he's a bucket. He said that.
Oh yeah.
He's like a 3D guy in high school. That's the easy one. Riley's the guy.
You Trevor Ariza?
Honestly, I think every team needs a 6-man, so we get 1 more pick. We get 1 more pick. 6-man.
Well, if I'm going bench, I'm taking a 2-person pick with Brendan Fazio and Jordan Hughes. They come as a combo. They're my 1-2 Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell off the bench combo, and they're definitely coming to get a bucket and play defense. They got hustle.
Yeah, I know Jordan does not want to see me win either, so I know Jordan he'll play very, very hard for you.
Yeah.
He does not want to see me win. My 6-man off the bench. I'm going through the members list real fast to get an idea of some guys I'm probably forgetting about. Like I said, there's 1,200 members, so it's harder. I mean, there's plenty of guys I'm missing on here, so don't take offense. If you want on the team, you got to beat me 1-on-1, so good luck. My 6-man off the bench, bringing the spark, being gritty. Man, I'm looking through this list right now. Oh, my goodness. I win. I'll win the entire game.
Yeah.
Kevin Stacy off the bench. Kevin Stacy, the OG, the devil behind the back. You cannot guard it. It's over. There's no doubt. I'll win now.
Yes, that's got his hands full.
So I'll go through the list. Justin's starting 5. He has Kyle at the 1, Nolan at the 2, Buckaloo at the 3, Seth Meadows at the 4, and Wheelwright at the 5. His 6 men are Jordan Hughes and Brendan Fazio. They're like Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell, so like there's 2 of them. Pretty solid team. My team is Mike Frank at the 1, automatic bucket. The next coming is Steph, can't miss. Brandon Hanson, basically, the modern day James Harden, just he's probably Michael Redd. He's probably Michael Redd. At the 3, I have Riley Archer, 3-and-D guy. Little Trevor Ariza, pre-2019 Danny Green, out there to get a stop and get a bucket. And I got Mike Schoolcraft, aka Chemo, with a 5, 6'6", holding the paint down, knocking threes down, catch and shoot, pick and pop all day. At the 4, I have Dylan Brown, gritty defender, rebound the ball. Like I said, he can't guard me. I'm gonna reiterate that, but he's a good defender. 6th man, Kevin Stacy, double behind the back, the step back 3. You can't guard it. I mean, it's gonna be a close game. Only real way to know is to set it up, but I think we're both the coaches, so I think I'm gonna coach a better game than Justin is. So. You know what I mean? If we're playing in the streets, Justin might win. He might, give him some shanks or play dirty. I know how Nolan is and Buckaloo. And definitely Kyle and Seth. Yeah, he's got a dirty team. You have a really dirty team.
Yeah, we play for keeps on my side. I picked my team for a reason. We got the same street morals. But listen, this went way off the rails as far as cards go. I know anyone listening that's not in the group doesn't know anything we're talking about right now. But for the group members, I'm sure you guys enjoyed that draft and definitely learned about who we think will be nice, not only opening cards, but one-on-one for real with the Rock and the Hoop.
And this was an impromptu draft. I think we're gonna end every podcast with a little draft, a little fun draft. We might bring on guests later on. We will bring on guests later on. This is episode 1. Just trying to, get our arms around the thing, play around with it, have fun, educate, inform while we're entertaining. So drop comments if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like the video, and comment below. Post it in the group, share it, comment, all that good stuff. Let's get this ball rolling and have a good time with it.
In the YouTube description, we'll have the Instagram, we'll have our Facebook. If you're on Facebook and see this, I'm going to try to make this post shareable from the group. Because it's a private group, it might not work, but I might post it again on the page and make it shareable there. Either way, however you guys want to share it, if you could spread the word of the podcast to anybody who you think might be interested in the group and cards and getting into it. We're going to keep doing this thing and developing more. This is just kind of an intro episode, kind of an off-the-top freelance episode, but we'll be more structured. We're probably going to do an episode on the Clearly Donruss set that's coming out. It's got a price point now. The set list will be coming out soon. We might be reviewing it, maybe open something specifically for the pod instead of on the group. Might do something specific just to kind of boost this up, but we'll see. We'll be in touch. Definitely give us feedback. Definitely let us know improvements, things you want us to change. We might do some fan Q&As at some point. Let you guys do that. Maybe you do a pack challenge. Me and him open 1 pack apiece at the end of every pod. Something unique, But give us any ideas we have. We're open to whatever. We're creating this from the ground up, just like the group. So anybody who's been with us from the beginning, you have just as much input as we do. We're making this for the group, not just for us.
That's good. My team is stacked.